It's time for the percolator. It's time for the masturbator. It's time for the ejaculator.
It's time for the... I got nothing.
Welcome back to the Ghosty Girls podcast. I'm Christina.
I'm Alicia. Hi.
Sorry for the foul language in the beginning, but you know what? You guys know what you're getting yourselves into.
Yeah, so. You're welcome.
Are we doing my episode? Are we recording my episode first or yours?
Doesn't matter.
You want to just do mine and knock it out?
Let's do yours and knock it out.
All right. Yeah, we sat down today and didn't even have a plan.
That's okay. Mine's up in front of me. Yours is up in front of you.
That's true.
Not talking about our dicks because we don't have them.
Dicks out for Harambe.
Oh, poor Harambe. That's going to end up being our hashtag soon because we say it a lot.
So did you know that the 10-year anniversary of him passing was like last week or something?
No.
Isn't it so weird that we were talking about Harambe on the podcast and like 2 days after that episode, it was the 10-year anniversary, and people on Reddit were commenting and they were like, hopefully the curse lifted, because some people were like, maybe it was a 10-year curse and now things will get better. Because I mean, again, everything went to shit after Harambe.
Bless his little baby soul. I know.
So
I mean, it's finally warm out.
Yeah, it went from winter to summer like real quick.
Yeah.
Like there was no other
no
gear shift. It was just no.
I said it before in a podcast. We go from like ice storms to pollen flurries. And now it's just like 95 degrees outside.
Yeah, sorry, I had to adjust my mic. I know, it's crazy. If you hear a fart noise in the background, do not be alarmed. You guys know how I love fugglers. Did I say that before in an episode?
I don't know. She does love fugglers. I love fugglers.
They're so ugly, but they're so cute. So Alicia got me a fuggler that's motion-activated farts.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah. Can you?
I mean, not while your fucking fuggler
I don't know, can you?
Your fucking fuggler is farting. Try saying that 6 times.
Can you? All right, sorry.
So he's super cute. So they were on clearance at the Walmart.
I can't imagine why they were on clearance.
No. So, but I found it because I walked by. It was on the bottom shelf. I walked by and I heard this, and I was like, whatever that was, I need it.
It was calling to you.
It was. It called straight from its butthole. And there were 3 left, and I bought all 3. One for my son.
Yeah.
One for you, and one for Daddy T.
Yeah.
As the good Lord intended.
And when you mean Daddy T, you mean me. Yeah. So now I have 2.
You have 2. Yeah. So I got her these fugglers, and they literally rode around in old Bessie, my old car, and the new car, probably for like a month.
I don't think we've talked about how you got a new car.
I got a new car.
Yeah.
We might have.
I don't know. Bessie died.
God bless her.
Hashtag RIP.
I mean, she's still alive. I'm still going to see her. My neighbor mechanic is buying her to take to and from work.
Okay.
So, like, she's not dead, but she
did.
R.I.P. Bess.
Yeah.
She was a good girl. And I have a new car. Her name is Karth Vader, a.k.a. Nessie. Not Bessie, but Nessie, because it's like Bessie but new, so there's an N in there. Nessie.
I thought it was because of the Loch Ness Monster.
Well,
it also reminds me of Twilight. Did you ever see the Twilight movies?
No. So I will tell you, I did see the very last one because my...
Okay, so the one where she's like, you nicknamed my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster.
I don't remember that part because I did my best to not actually watch the movie in the theater.
Oh, okay.
My friend was obsessed with those, and she was like, will you go with me? I was like, yeah.
Aww.
And I knew nothing going into the third one. And I watched it, and it wasn't like terrible, but I can't.
No, it's pretty terrible.
I can't. Just the amount of times that actress blinks and like does these twerky, weird
Kristen
movements.
Stewart. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like her. I think she's a good actress in other things. I just did not appreciate her in that.
I don't even think I've seen her in anything else. I don't think I've seen any movies with her in them.
She was in some kind of warrior movie or something. Right?
I don't even know.
I don't know. Back to the fuggler, the whole reason I got into the whole car story.
Mm-hmm. The reason for the season.
Every single time I would hit a bump or they would slightly move in the bag, I'd hear this like all constant. I was like, oh my God.
Was it this?
How did you know?
I don't know. It's weird. Oh, there we go.
He was out of gas for a second.
His eyeballs look like an anus.
There's probably a reason for that.
Yeah. All right, anywho.
Yep, long story farts. What are we talking about today other than farts and cars? Like boats and hoes, farts and cars.
Oh my gosh, I just watched Step Brothers for
so good.
I meant to text you and I forgot. But
Rude.
do you guys want to do a little story time real quick before we start?
After you get your balls off my drum set.
Yeah. Why are you so sweaty? Cops was on.
Such a great movie. All right, go ahead.
It's
Sorry.
so good.
Continue.
So I was actually watching Step Brothers with Daddy T. It was like, I don't know, 1:00 in the morning. This was last weekend. We were just, doing what we do. And I was eating Haribo gummy bears because, Haribos are superior.
That's what I tried to call Harumbo. What's his name? Harambe.
Harambe.
Yeah, Harambe.
So I was eating Haribos and I was also quoting Step Brothers. And when I was quoting it, I accidentally inhaled a piece of the Haribo gummy bear. And when I inhaled it, I choked on it.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
I almost died watching Step Brothers and choking on a gummy bear whilst quoting the movie Step Brothers. Can you imagine if I died and that's why?
I mean, that's a way to go, I guess. That's terrifying.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, don't quote Step Brothers
while
trying to eat a gummy bear. It's just not a good idea for anybody. You might die.
I'm assuming you had a little bit of the reefer in you. Maybe.
Speaking of death, that's why you guys are all here, obviously. Today's episode is a little confusing because the end game, there's a lot of debate about what actually happened and if the correct person was found guilty of what happened.
Oh, they didn't do it.
Some people think that they didn't.
I don't even know who we're talking about. So.
Some people think that they didn't. It's. I'm going to present all of the facts and evidence as per my sources, and you guys can come to your own conclusions. But I will say, there's two scenarios that I feel are most likely. One probably more than the other, and I'll talk about them at the end. But
I think everybody should hash it out in the comments and fight each other.
Fight to the death. It'll be like the UFC fight on the White House lawn.
Great.
Anywho.
Moment of silence.
So today we are going to talk about Kitty Cat West. Have you ever heard of her?
I'm sure I have.
You probably. So Kitty Cat West was born Kathleen Dawn West on February 15th, 1975 in Tampa, Florida to mother Nancy.
An Aquarius.
Yeah. Could not find any information about her biological father, so I don't believe that he was involved in her life.
That sucks.
It doesn't seem like he was in the picture whatsoever.
Boo.
Now, she did have a stepfather, so there was some type of father figure in her life, but there's also not much information about him either, so I don't know what kind of relationship they had. It seems like her mother was the main figure in her life.
Okay.
Growing up, Kathleen, or Kat, as her friends and family called her, was absolutely obsessed with Hollywood. Very Black Dahlia-esque.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, this is a good tie-in to the last two episodes then.
And she was especially obsessed with Marilyn Monroe. And honestly, Kat even resembled Marilyn Monroe. She was like an early 2000s version of Marilyn. She had the short bleach blonde hair. She had the figure. And she was absolutely gorgeous, which of course caused her to receive a lot of attention from men, which she loved. She loved male attention.
Well, it sounds similar again because if her dad wasn't in the picture.
Exactly. This is why a good, solid father figure in a woman's life is important. It's important, Now, despite being absolutely stunning and taking great pride in her looks and also carrying herself with the type of energy and confidence that a woman who knows she's hot has.
God bless.
Kat struggled a great deal with her self-confidence. And I feel like we see this a lot. even beautiful Hollywood actresses and models and stuff, they still struggle with their looks, which is really sad.
They're just good at pretending that they don't.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's like no matter what we do, we're never good enough, never beautiful enough, never thin enough.
Speak for yourself. I'm real smoking.
Just kidding. That's good though. You should have confidence in yourself and think that,
Listen,
you know?
I'm to the point in my life where if people are going to love me or they're going to hate me. You know what I mean?
Well, looks are not everything. Looks fade. Looks can be taken away from you in a matter of seconds. Something could happen to you that you cannot rely on your looks long term because you're not going to go out with your looks unless you're like a Kardashian who's like.
Well, they can afford to keep their looks up. That's the thing.
It's like that saying goes, we're not ugly, we're just poor.
Yeah, that's it.
If everyone were rich, we would all look like Kris Jenner. I mean.
Yeah, it's true. She is pretty, and I hate to give her credit for anything.
Well, she paid for it, so I mean, give her credit, I guess. So to make matters even worse for Kat, not only was she dealing with self-esteem issues, but she was also dealing with mental health issues, which caused her to kind of go down a less than favorable path. According to a friend of the family, Kat got involved in a very volatile relationship, and she also began working as an exotic dancer. And meanwhile, she continued to struggle a lot with debilitating depression, and she was ultimately officially diagnosed with bipolar disorder, which, you know, as you know, that makes life hard.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I know.
Up and down and up and down and up and down.
I know it's not easy for people with bipolar disorder.
Well, and it's got to be hard too to maintain friendships.
Yes.
And like find people that will accept you especially when you're down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because that's what it is. Like you
high highs, low lows.
Yeah.
Like that. And they'll have, I mean, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not like well versed on this, but from what I understand, individuals with bipolar disorder, they can be very impulsive. You know, you go through very high highs, very low lows. You have manic episodes and that can last for a while, and people will make really impulsive decisions like
buying a brand new car like out of nowhere but not having the money to do so.
Right. Ending relationships, leaving a job.
I get it.
Stuff like that. And then after that, there's like a come down period, which is like the depression phase of it.
Ugh.
But kudos to Kat because she really took charge of her mental health. And by all accounts, she always took her meds.
That's good.
Yes. She was treating with a psychiatrist. So she was really trying to do everything right. By 2004, Kat was modeling. And according to one of my sources, she also had a job at a tanning salon. So things were going well for her. She was healthy and happy. I guess she was still working as an exotic dancer, but I mean, that's not bad in and of itself. You have to be careful in that environment because, you know, you have drugs, you have alcohol, and unfortunately...
Easy ways to make money for a woman.
Right, exactly, yeah. We know alcohol, like, runs rampant in that industry.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately... Kat did have a problem with alcohol. But this brings us up to 2004. Kat is now 29 years old, and she ends up attending a Super Bowl party where she is introduced to a U.S. Army veteran turned Army recruiter named Jeff West. And the two instantly hit it off. Kat described Jeff as her quote-unquote knight in shining armor, and Jeff just absolutely adored Kat. Like, he doted on her. Aww. Like, she was his princess. Like, it seemed like a good relationship. But things moved really, really fast. And we all know that when things move fast, it's never a good idea. And the two ended up getting married in Las Vegas after just 4 months of dating, which is so fucking crazy to me. Like, I mean, why? What?
That sounds impulsive, like you said.
It does, yeah. After marrying, the couple continued to move very quickly, and Kat got pregnant pretty much right away, and they welcomed their daughter Lola in 2005. I love that name.
I love that name too. Reminds me of that song.
Yeah.
La 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 Lola.
Lola, she was a showgirl.
Yes.
Right? That's very Las Vegas of them too, to name her Lola. I wonder if she got pregnant in Vegas.
Probably.
I don't know. It just seems very like Vegas to me. But Anyway, so in the span of a year, Jeff and Kat meet, get married, and have a baby. That's a lot in a year.
That is a lot in a year. She definitely had to get pregnant in Vegas, or she was pregnant.
Yeah, right? Maybe it was a shotgun wedding. Who even knows?
Yeah.
Despite how fast things were moving, the people closest to the couple all said that they seemed like a great couple. And again, Jeff doted on Kat. But they also felt as though the two were a little mismatched. Jeff was very subdued and quiet. He was more serious. And Kat was like the total party girl. Jeff was also like, how can I say this without seeming like an asshole? Jeff was very normal looking. And Kat was very bombshell looking. Yeah. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. But regardless of their physical differences and also their differences in personality, things seemed to just work out for them and they were very happy together.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Paula says, opposites attract and you know.
Oh, yeah.
Attract.
Two steps forward, two steps back.
Sorry.
Due to Jeff being in the Army, the couple moved around for the next 8 or so years until 2014 when they decided that it would be best to move so that their daughter could be closer to her grandparents. So they actually moved to Calera, Alabama.
Oh, that's a big difference.
Yeah. Jeff got a job as a police officer at a local university, and Kat really settled into her mom role, and she was in her stay-at-home mom era. On the outside, life seemed very normal, cookie cutter, white picket fence, suburban family. They looked like the typical white couple.
Yep.
But behind closed doors, Kat was living what some would call somewhat of a double life. Unbeknownst to family and friends, Kat had actually started making money posting spicy photos and content on OnlyFans.
Okay.
Yep. To her friends and family, Kathleen was just Kat. To her subscribers, however, she was known as Kitty Cat West.
Okay.
Now, Kat absolutely loved all of the attention that she got from men on these websites. And I mean, I'm sure you guys all know what OnlyFans is. You subscribe. I don't know, you pay like a certain amount a month. I think hers was like $15.99 a month. And they get like exclusive spicy pictures. And I guess you can message back and forth with people. And they can also ask you to do things. And
listen,
you can
y'all, if you're into that, find Christina and I on feetfinders.com. We will only show you our feet, though.
How many times have we talked about that, though, and been like, we just sell foot pics? Like, I don't know. Would anybody buy foot pics of us? Hit us up. Facebook, Instagram,
I'll send you a dirty sock. Let us know. I'll step in some slime. Whatever.
But
we digress. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, Kat loved the attention that she got doing OnlyFans, and she did get a ton of attention, eventually accumulating almost 60,000 followers on social media. And that may not seem like a lot, but as someone who has social media for a podcast, trust me when I say it takes a while to amass 60,000 followers. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Side note, make sure you follow the Ghosty Girls podcast on Facebook, TikTok, all of the things, okay?
We love you.
Goodbye. Now, you're probably thinking at this point that Kat was doing this behind her husband's back. But to the contrary, Jeff was actually very supportive, and he even helped Kat take pictures that she would ultimately upload to OnlyFans. Jeff did everything to support his wife, and even was supportive of her ultimately undergoing breast augmentation surgery, which really catapulted her online success.
Well, I'm sure.
So things are going great in the marriage. Things are going well with Kat's online career. Should be end of story, right?
I mean, yeah, she got them double D's up in this bitch.
Yeah, she got them tickle old bitties. But, you know, you're here listening to this story, so we know that things don't end well, because they never do.
Can we just do a happy one?
I'm kidding. I don't think anyone would listen.
I'm kidding.
On the night of Friday, January 12th, 2018, Kat and Jeff decided that they wanted to do a date night, which was very common for them. They did date nights a lot.
Nice.
So they drop off their daughter Lola at her grandparents' house. I believe it was Jeff's parents. And they head out to enjoy a night out alone. They went out and had a nice dinner at, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, Papa Do Seafood Kitchen. Should I spell it like you always do?
Yes.
Papa Do. Pappadeaux.
Yeah.
Papa Do.
Papa Do.
Papa Dux.
Papa Do. Papa Dux.
So they had a nice seafood dinner there before heading out to the Red Zone Bar and Grill for some after dinner drinks, and then stopping by R&R Wine and Liquor to pick up a bottle of Jameson and absinthe. They were not fucking around.
Gross.
Yeah. And then they go home to continue their fun. Surveillance footage from R&R Wine and Liquor shows a really happy couple. Kat just has this huge smile on her face. They're giggling and like flirting with each other. And at one point, Jeff is seen giving Kat a little pat on the booty. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Tap, and tap. She's like laughing. And it's just shows a very normal, happy, playful couple. There's no red flags whatsoever with the surveillance footage. And in fact, the cashier that night even said that they remembered Kat and Jeff because they were such a cute couple. And I watched this surveillance footage myself, and like there was nothing on there that would indicate what would end up happening later. Yeah. So they take their bottles of absinthe and Jameson and they head home, where they have around 6 drinks each, which in my humble opinion is a fucking lot. Like 6 glasses of absinthe seems fucking crazy to me, but I'm also not a big drinker. So I don't know, like as a bartender, do you think that's a lot to consume? Much.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
Absinthe's like straight alcohol, right? Like grain alcohol. I don't know. I've never even had absinthe.
It's weird. It's weird. And
Is that the one like in another country, if you drink it and they say you can like hallucinate or some shit?
So it's not made properly in the U.S. to do that.
Oh.
But it's essentially what they do is it's wormwood.
Wormwood? Ew.
And they soak it to get, I don't really know, but it's wormwood soaked in alcohol or something, and it's supposed to get those hallucinogens out of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
But in the States, it doesn't do that.
Well, it's very particular how you make it. Like it has to stay in like a dark room.
Oh.
And it can't see light. I don't know. I researched this a very long time ago, so I don't remember all the details. But
it's interesting.
Yeah, the absinthe that we have in the U.S. isn't. No, I think the closest one was called Lucid, and I don't know.
Well, that doesn't sound great.
Yeah, I don't know if they even still make that or not. The bottle was cool; it had eyeballs on it. I remember that.
Oh wow! People probably got drunk and just sat and stared at the bottle.
For real, the bottle's looking at me, man.
Yeah, right.
But to also get the full effect, you have to pour it a certain way. So you have to like. You do like a sugar cube and you put toothpicks in it, and then you pour the absinthe over top of the sugar cube. It's a whole process to make this.
This sounds ridiculous.
Drink. I know. Well, now I got to Google it.
All right. Well, while you're Googling, I'm going to keep telling you about that night.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have to take a moment to talk about something that is not meant to shame the victim, but it's very relevant to the story. So we have to talk about it. Both Kat and Jeff were known to be big drinkers, to the point where Kat's own mother ended up testifying that her daughter was a quote-unquote alcoholic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Friends and family of Kat's all said that Kat would drink to the point of like undressing and dancing on top of things, going outside in the middle of the night, just getting wild and crazy and being a party girl. That's what she was. She was a party girl. But we'll talk about this and why it's relevant later. What we know for sure about the night of January 12th, 2018, is that the two went home and consumed copious amounts of alcohol before doing an OnlyFans photo shoot where Jeff took photos of Kat in a pink bra, underwear, and pink high heels. The rest, unfortunately, is up for debate.
Okay.
On the morning of Saturday, January 13th, 2018, 5 a.m., the lifeless and half-naked body of Kathleen West was discovered in the area between the road and the yard of her home. So think kind of like where the curb is.
Yeah.
Apparently, their 19-year-old neighbor was leaving, I guess for work or something, saw the body, and called 911 immediately. Officers responded, and they see the body of a woman in her early 40s dressed in nothing but a pink sports bra, and she's got a pool of blood all around her. Directly next to her is her cell phone with a bottle of absinthe placed on top of it on its side. So like the bottle, like you guys can't see it, but I'm showing Alicia. So like say this is the bottle, it was like placed like that.
Like perfectly
placed.
Okay.
Yes.
I get it.
All of this commotion in the front yard awakens Jeff, according to him anyway, but we'll get to that. And he immediately goes outside. He walks out to police officers and he's like, yeah, that's my wife.
That's what he said?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. He's just like, yeah, that's my wife. So investigators are obviously not clear on what happened, but they do know that things seem suspicious, particularly the bottle of alcohol that was placed on top of Kat's phone perfectly next to her body. That's weird.
Yeah.
Shelby County Coroner Lena Evans, who responded to the call, even made a point to mention how odd that was. Kat was found face down with an obvious head injury. There's a lot of blood, so I mean, you immediately question if foul play was involved.
Yeah.
But of course, the body needed to undergo an autopsy to officially determine the cause of death because, I mean, she was kind of in the street. Like, could she have been hit by a car? Did she drunkenly go outside and fall?
Yeah.
Was she murdered? Like, at this point, it's anyone's guess. So Jeff is taken to police headquarters for questioning, and this is his version of the story. Jeff says that they got home around 9 p.m. after going out for dinner and drinks, and that they both drank a lot of alcohol that night. I mean, obviously.
6 drinks of Jameson alone. Like, was it over? It's like a drink an hour to not get drunk.
Yeah.
And that's 1.5 ounces. Like, not...
They drank that much, like, in between the span of getting home at 9 and, like, the last time that Kat was seen alive, which was 10:30-ish. So you're talking like an hour and a half.
If he had a 750 bottle of Jameson, that was like half of the bottle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they said half of the absinthe bottle was gone too. There was only half.
That is crazy.
Yes, in an hour and a half, they drank all of that.
And yes, absinthe is way stronger. Well, Jameson and absinthe are about the same, but like, shoo.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Shoo.
He states that around 9:30 to 9:45 p.m., he took some spicy photos of Kat for her OnlyFans. They continued drinking, and Jeff said that he noticed that Kat was just like constantly on her phone, which angered him to the point that he called her out on it. Was like, you know, we're trying to have a date night. Why will you not get off of your phone? And important to note with OnlyFans is that you can actually communicate with your subscribers. So I don't know if maybe he was like, is she talking to other dudes on here?
Yeah.
Who knows? Only he knows that. So Kat refuses to get off of her phone. And remember, this is all according to Jeff. So he said that he grabbed the phone out of her hand. He opened up the front door and he just like straight up yeeted her phone out into the yard.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And it's a dick move, however you slice it. Like, you don't snatch someone's phone out of their hand and throw it. Like, that's fucked up. But he was drunk, and drunk people do dumb shit.
Yeah.
Not saying it's right.
I see it every day.
Yeah, exactly. It's your job, you know?
I'm a
Not
therapist.
your job to drink alcohol, but to serve it.
Yeah. I'm a therapist and a bouncer.
Jeff says that after he threw Kat's phone out the door, that I guess he was just pissy. He was like, I'm done with this. I'm going to bed. And this would have been around 10:30 p.m. He says that he went to sleep. He says Kat did not come up. And he says that that's the last interaction that he had with her. And that was this argument over her phone.
That sucks.
He says he slept through the night and that he didn't get up at all until he was awoken by all the commotion in the front yard. You know, he says he goes to the front door, comes outside, talks to the officer, sees that it's his wife.
He was probably still drunk.
That's very possible. Yeah.
Have still been drunk if they drank that much alcohol.
Yep. Now, one thing that officers found odd was that Jeff didn't have much of a reaction. He doesn't even cry. He's just got a very flat affect. Now, this is where Jeff's story kind of falls apart a little bit because it directly contradicts eyewitness testimony from the teenager who discovered Kat's body. So she told police that she specifically saw a figure, and apparently the front door was open.
Okay.
Yeah. She says that she saw a figure pacing back and forth through the open door.
Okay.
And she says that this figure was just pacing back and forth at 5 a.m. when she was on the phone with 911. She is adamant that she saw someone pacing around in that house. Now, if this is true, why wouldn't Jeff have immediately gone outside to see what was going on? It's weird, right? He can see that his wife isn't in bed. She's not in the house at all. Like, why wouldn't you go outside and check to see why there's people outside of your home at 5 a.m.?
Yeah.
It's weird, right?
That is weird. But at the same time, what if it wasn't him? If the door was wide open?
Yeah, there's no evidence that there was anybody else in that house.
Shit.
Nope.
All right.
According to my sources, there were actually others outside that saw the front door to the West home wide open, and they also said that they saw Jeff pacing back and forth before investigators had arrived. So not really sure how we can discount that. Like, eyewitness reports are not always accurate, but if more than one person says it, I feel like that gives it more leverage, right?
100%.
Meanwhile, investigators are back at the home collecting evidence. But before we talk about the evidence, let's talk about the autopsy and Kat's cause of death. First off, her blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit.
Does not shock me.
It's a lot. Yeah. Important to note that although we do not know the official time of death, all we have is a window of 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. What we do know is that with the way alcohol metabolizes within the body, it's very possible that at the actual time of her death, her blood alcohol level was even higher than 3 times. So when they autopsied her body, it was 3 times. Like at the time of death, it was probably even higher. So she was fucking wasted.
Yeah. She was litty titty.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yes.
That's a lot.
And again, according to family and friends, this was not uncommon for Kat. She was known to be found outside passed out drunk, or she would go outside and jump on the trampoline in the backyard drunk. You know, she was known to drink alcohol and then run around half naked outside.
We all know that person.
Yeah, right? And I'm not trying to shame her, but I do feel like it's very important to note because we have to look at all the facts, you know. Kat's official cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. Important to note, however, that the manner of death on the official autopsy report was listed as undetermined. So this was not officially ruled homicide. The forensic pathologist concluded that due to how severe Kat's head injury was, it was very unlikely to be due to a fall. Although he couldn't definitively determine if it was the absinthe bottle found by her body that was used as the weapon.
Okay.
So with that, let's get into the evidence found at the scene.
Good.
2 large pools of blood were found at the scene. Also found at the scene was the absinthe bottle that had been placed on top of Kat's cell phone next to her body. Upon further inspection, the bottom of the bottle was chipped, and they also found Kat's blood on the base of it. Jeff's fingerprints were also found on the neck of the bottle, upside down, like how you would grab it if you were in a bar fight type of situation. The fingerprints, however, and this is weird, were from his left hand. And Jeff was right-handed. So, I mean, like, how would you pick up a bottle to throw at someone? Like, probably with your dominant hand, right?
Yes.
So that's interesting to me. An investigation of the inside of the home found no blood and no evidence of a cleanup. So absolutely no evidence of any kind was found in the home. Nothing.
My mind goes to, how did he pick up the bottle in the liquor store?
Well,
I've picked up bottles like that. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm jumping.
No, that's okay. Yeah, we will definitely get to that. Investigation of the couple's cell phones determined that they both had a health/fitness app on their phone that tracks their steps. You know, those apps. Jeff's final movements of the night were tracked to be between 11:03 and 11:10 p.m., and this was approximately 18 steps. Now, if you remember, Jeff told investigators that he went to bed around 40 minutes prior to that. So was he just wrong about the time he went to bed?
Well, he was hammered drunk, so probably.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, especially when you're highly intoxicated, like, I don't think that I couldn't tell you what exact time I went to bed last night. I could tell you an approximation.
Yeah.
But I don't know when exactly it was.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's really like hard evidence to use. Mm-mm. The last movements on Kat's phone were between 10:45 and 10:54 p.m. and the cell phone doesn't move after that. In addition to the cell phone, investigators were also able to retrieve data from the security system in the home, which would log when doors were opened. The security system actually logged the front door opening at 1:50 a.m., and then the door opened again at 1:51 a.m., where it remained open until Kat's body was discovered at 5 a.m. So that door was wide open all night. Investigators were also able to see that there were steps logged on Jeff's phone beginning around 5 a.m.
Ooh.
And my sources vary on the exact time, but regardless, it was around the time that the neighbor discovered Kat's body. And the phone logs 60 steps in between the time that the 911 call was made and when the police arrived on scene, which could very well explain why eyewitnesses stated that they saw him pacing back and forth. This was probably the 60 steps, right?
That makes sense then.
And speaking of cell phones, steps were not the only thing that investigators were able to recover. They also found several text messages between Jeff and Kat that painted a very different picture of the happy marriage that everyone thought they had. In reality, the couple had actually been having marital problems for some time prior to Kat's death. Apparently, they even had a conversation, and this is according to Jeff himself, where Kat had admitted to him that she was kind of thinking about maybe having an open relationship because she wanted to explore other women.
Okay.
On February 23rd, 2018, over a month after Kat's death, Jeff West was arrested for her murder, and trial was set to begin on November 17th, 2020. Now, what I'm about to tell you pretty much blew my tits right off.
Oh,
because this is fucking crazy. I've never heard of anything like this before.
Okay.
Actually, I have. That's not accurate, but that's in another case. That's in the West Memphis 3, called an Alford plea.
Oh.
A couple days before trial was set to begin, the state offered Jeff a plea deal, and it's a really sweet fucking deal. They offered that if Jeff admitted to killing his wife, that he would be released on time served, meaning that if he said that he killed Kat, he would have literally been able to walk out of that prison that day.
No repercussions.
No trial, no more jail time. It would all be over. Time served.
What?
But Jeff refused the deal, saying that he was not going to admit to doing something he did not do. He was adamant that he did not kill his wife, and he was not going to tell them that he did because he says that he didn't. We all know that trial is a gamble. It's literally like gambling. You never know how it's going to go. He could have walked.
I mean, I get it. If you genuinely did not kill someone and you're like, fuck that, I'm not going to say I did that because it's going to ruin the rest of my life.
That's pretty compelling to me that
that's ballsy.
He didn't just take it. That leads me to believe that he really believes he didn't do it. And I say believes because we'll get into that too.
Yeah.
So the trial of the state of Alabama versus Jeff West began. Prosecutors argued that Kat and Jeff had a rocky marriage with many problems, as evidenced through the arguing via text messages. They argued that the two got into an argument, which in turn escalated to Jeff murdering his wife. Important to note, however, that even though there were arguments documented through text messages, none of the text messages were violent. And also, sprinkled in between these arguments were nude pictures the Kat was sending to her husband. There were flirtatious text messages. So I'm honestly not sure how much stock can be put into the text messages of them arguing. Like, couples have issues. They have arguments. It doesn't mean that one of them is going to kill the other.
I mean, yeah. That's I don't want to say natural, but that's normal.
It's, couples argue. Something that was shocking to many people was the fact that literally no one in the West's inner circle, so no family, no friends, believed that Jeff killed Kat. Even Kat's own mother supported Jeff, and she still does to this day, even going as far as testifying at the trial that her daughter was an alcoholic who was responsible for her own death.
Wow.
I feel like it's pretty uncommon for a victim's family to support the defendant.
Yeah.
But they all did. Yep.
Okay.
The jury, however, just could not get over the testimony of the medical examiner, who testified that with Kat's short stature, there was no way that she could have sustained a head injury of that magnitude just by falling. And she also stated that there was nothing outside that Kat could have fallen on and cracked her head on that would have given her the injury that she had. The medical examiner stated that this was from a blunt force trauma from an object.
I don't love that.
Yeah. The defense team tried as hard as they could to prove Jeff's innocence, noting the complete absence of evidence in the home. They also stated that Jeff's flat affect when seeing his dead wife was due to years of military training. They are trained to keep their emotions in check. Family members, including Kat's mom, even said that after the fact, he did break down. He was upset. But when he initially discovered the body and what happened, he was like numb. So,
I mean, I don't know how I would react.
You know what? You don't until you're in that situation.
Yeah.
You really, really don't.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm. As for the bottle of absinthe, the defense team reminded jurors of the fact that Kat's fingerprints were also on the bottle. And they stated, of course Jeff's would be on it, because not only were they drinking from it, but he grabbed it out of the bag by the bottleneck, which would explain the upside down fingerprints.
Okay.
Makes sense.
It does.
Now, why he would have grabbed it,
I do that all the time.
I've done that before.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, I'll grab stuff out of bags with my left hand. So the absinthe bottle, it's just not the smoking gun that the prosecution team thought that it was. In my opinion, anyway, which means nothing because I'm just some bitch.
Some bitch.
As hard as the defense team tried, the jury ultimately found Jeff guilty of the reckless manslaughter of Kathleen West, and he was sentenced to 16 years in prison.
Damn.
Again, had he taken that plea deal and admitted to killing his wife, he would be out of prison right now. He would have left that day. So, obviously, there's a huge debate in this case. There are a lot of people that believe that he did it, and there's a lot of people, including all of the friends and family members on both sides, that believe that Jeff did not do this. I've been thinking about this a lot. I've watched some documentaries, and I came up with two scenarios that I think are the most plausible, one of them being more plausible than the other.
Okay.
First, I'm going to go with the one that I think is less plausible. So scenario one is Jeff was telling the truth in that he got pissy about Kat being on her phone. An argument ensued.
Yeah.
He snatched her phone. He threw it out the door. She got upset, as anyone would. She went outside to go retrieve her phone. He was drunk and angry, and maybe he threw the bottle of absinthe at her and it hit her on the head. Maybe not actually meaning to kill her.
Yeah.
Would have been like a crime of passion, if you will. Maybe he didn't even realize he killed her because he was so drunk. Maybe he just chucked the bottle outside, just like he had thrown her phone,
Yeah.
But this doesn't explain the absinthe bottle sitting on her phone, right? That's the one
perfectly.
thing. Yeah, that's the one thing with that one. So this brings me to scenario two, and I think this is probably the most plausible. And no one come for me because I'm going against the grain here with this theory. Usually I think the dude is guilty, okay? Mm-hmm. What I believe happened is I believe that Jeff did not kill Kat. I think that he got pissed off. He threw her phone out of the door around 10:45 p.m. That's when the movement on Kat's phone stops. Mm-hmm. So her phone laid there. There was no movement on it.
Yeah.
The phone stays out there until Kat goes out to get it at 1:50 a.m., which is when the door is opened and then never shut. again, we know the cat goes outside randomly, half naked when she's drunk. So I will say that that's like a 2-hour window of the phone being outside. But if she's so drunk, maybe she was like, I'm just going to keep drinking. Exactly. Yeah. So, maybe eventually at 1:50 a.m., she opens up the door to go retrieve her phone, to go find it. Again, she's known for doing this exact thing, going outside half naked or even butt-ass naked while she's drunk.
Damn.
She is carrying the absinthe bottle. She falls. She hits her head on something, which would explain the first pool of blood in the yard. Then she gets up, stumbles around. She's confused. She's still, maybe she thinks nothing's even wrong. Maybe she's got the absinthe bottle in her hand. Yeah. She goes out to the side where the curb is. Maybe she went to go sit on the curb. The phone's there. And I think maybe she collapsed from the head injury, again, which was where her phone was. Yeah. And she's still coherent enough to put the absinthe bottle down on her cell phone and then passes out.
Yeah.
Of course, the head injury causes her to not wake up. She dies.
Yeah. When you're that drunk too, your blood is so thin.
It is, yeah.
So thin.
And I feel like if someone murdered her, I feel like wouldn't there have been drag marks of blood? There weren't any drag marks. Like if she hit her head, right, and there's a big pool of blood and then someone's dragging her out to the street, wouldn't there be a trail of blood, you would think? Yeah. I don't know.
Or there would be blood inside if it was done inside somewhere. Or
I don't think it happened inside.
Yeah.
I think it happened outside. Yeah.
I'm just thinking
I don't think she initially hit her head inside. I think it was outside. I think she was stumbling around outside.
I think you're spot on.
Right?
After hearing everything,
I wanted to interject a little personal story just to kind of I guess give credence to my theory. So Alicia and I went to a Weird Al Yankovic concert. Okay.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I told you about this. I took my daughter to the bathroom, and when we came back, there was a woman who was completely inebriated, right? So she's walking, she's stumbling around, she falls, she cracked her head open.
You didn't tell me that.
I thought I did.
Maybe you did, I don't remember shit.
She cracked her head open. She didn't even realize that she cracked her head open. Her head the blood just starts flowing. Ugh. She didn't even put her hand up to her head. She didn't know what was going on. So thankfully there was a security guard right there, and I was like, she just fell, like she got a head injury, and they sprung into action, so I didn't have to do anything. Thankfully they were right there, but I did reach out to see if I could do anything. But she was so inebriated. She was getting up and walking around like nothing happened while blood was gushing out of her head. What if that's what happened here?
I mean, it probably is what happened here.
And I can guarantee that lady probably was not as drunk as Kat was on 6 fucking drinks of absinthe.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, she probably carried that bottle of Lucid out there with her.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I said Lucid. The bottle of absinthe.
And people said before that she would go outside and take her bottle and drink outside.
Right out of the bottle.
Yeah.
It's making my stomach hurt to think about it.
Yeah. Now, why there was a chip at the bottom of the bottle, I don't know, but that could have happened in manufacturing.
That could have happened anywhere.
Exactly.
I mean, even if she sat it on the curb first and then decided to lean it against her phone.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, the blood being on the bottom of the bottle, I mean, that could have been from her picking up the bottle after she fell. And maybe she had blood on her hand. I don't fucking know. I cannot, there's not enough evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt for me that he killed her.
Yeah.
There's just not. There's some weird things. Don't get me wrong. The pacing thing is weird. But he could have still been out of it. He could have just been waking up. Maybe he was pacing back and forth and was like, why the fuck is my door open? Why the fuck are there people in my yard? I don't know. Maybe he was confused.
Maybe he thought he was hallucinating from the absinthe.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't know. I'm not saying that he didn't do it, but there's not enough evidence to me to prove that he absolutely, beyond a reasonable doubt, did do it.
The only thing that's standing out to me that's telling me he didn't do it is the fact that he went to trial.
That plea deal. Yeah.
That's insane.
You have to be real confident in your
Yes.
innocence.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you're spot on. I think she probably fell or did something.
I think it was
after
a
hearing
horrible
everything.
accident. And unfortunately,
Yeah.
accidents like this happen when you're drunk all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, ask anybody that works in a hospital or an emergency room. You're always seeing drunk people with injuries.
Oh, yeah.
Half the time, they don't even fucking know they're injured.
Mm-mm.
So, yeah.
Yeah. If, again, I just go back to the, like, her blood alcohol level.
It was
at
insane.
3.
3 times. Yeah.
Versus what it was when she actually
It was higher.
died or
Yup.
fell. Like, that's...
It was even higher before she died.
How did she not die from alcohol poisoning? That's my question.
The only thing I can think of is that if she was an alcoholic, like her friends and family said,
yeah.
she's got a tolerance. I don't
Yeah.
really know how that works. I don't drink a lot. But I'm just assuming. Yeah, so what do you think? Do you think he did do it? Do you think he didn't?
I just because of the plea deal.
Yeah,
I don't think he did it.
I don't think he did either.
Unless he's like real smart and like, this is going to prove my innocence. You know, like.
I guess, but that is taking a gamble.
The gamble
you
did
know
not
you
win
did
for
it.
him. That's a lot.
But then I have to think, I don't know, with the West Memphis 3, I don't know if you know that case. They were wrongfully accused of killing 3 boys. It was 3 teenagers.
I do know that case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In West Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll have to cover that sometime, but it is a fucking doozy, and it lasted for decades because they were in prison for a really long time. And they ended up taking Alford pleas. So, like what an Alford plea is it's technically a guilty plea where a defendant is able to maintain their innocence, but they're also acknowledging that there is enough evidence against them where they could be found guilty. It's very confusing.
What goes on your record?
A guilty plea.
Yeah. And I look at this guy, and he was a cop for a university.
Yeah.
He would have lost his job. He would have lost his house. He would have lost his life.
That's true. So was that incentive? I don't know.
No, I think I really don't think that he...
Well, maybe he
like
thought
you
he could
said,
beat it.
I don't think that he thinks that he did it. And I think he understood that he was like, in his mind, he's like, well, I didn't do it. So I'm not going to say that I did and lose and fuck up my entire life.
Right.
When I'm going to win in court anyway because I didn't do it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
It's a lot to think about. I personally, I can't definitively say either way. So if I was on that jury, he would have walked. It would have been a hung jury. It would have been a mistrial because I would have been that one that would not have budged.
I get it.
I don't budge on shit like that because it's someone's fucking life.
Yeah.
That's someone's life.
Just the fact too that her mom and her family is
Everybody
in his corner.
Everybody thinks that he is innocent. Everyone. I mean, there were no red flags at all. He didn't abuse her. And to the contrary, he treated her like a princess. I mean, he refinanced the house to get her a boob job because that's what she wanted.
Yeah.
Like he gave her everything she wanted. I don't know. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that Jeff West is innocent? Do you think he's guilty? I want to know.
I vote innocent. You want to hear more about absinthe?
Sure. Yeah.
First of all, I used the Google. I don't like I said that.
I used the Google.
First of all, I went on the Google per usual. And
as per usual.
As per usual. And the type of absinthe that they actually bought was a Lucid bottle. Remember I said Lucid was the one with the eyes?
That's what it was?
Yeah, it was Lucid. I said, what was the bottle that was found with Kitty Cat West? And it said Lucid absinthe. So, boom.
Oh.
Look at me go. So, absinthe is an anise flavored spirit. Because genuine absinthe contains no added sugar, it's considered a neutral spirit, not a liqueur.
Okay.
The traditional method for making absinthe involves soaking anise, fennel, and grand wormwood, which is considered the, quote, holy trinity.
I feel like I would hate it.
It's gross. You soak it in alcohol, and then you distill it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, and then the correct way to do it, You have to do it this real specific way, and if it doesn't become cloudy, then it's not right. Hold on, let me see.
So absinthe is supposed to be cloudy?
No, but the way that you mix it should make it be cloudy. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go. Properly preparing and drinking absinthe requires the classic French drip ritual.
French drip?
Yes.
So like coffee?
Like coffee, yeah. So you pour the absinthe. So you pour an ounce or an ounce and a half into an absinthe glass. And I think of that as like almost like an IPA glass.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. It might be just like a rocks.
Okay.
You set up a sugar and a spoon. Remember, I thought it was toothpicks.
Yeah.
It's not.
A sugar and a spoon.
You rest a slotted absinthe spoon across the rim of your glass. Place a singular sugar cube directly onto the center of the spoon. Then you begin slowly dripping ice cold water over the sugar cube, letting it dissolve and drip down into the absinthe.
So wait a minute. That's how you're supposed to drink it? You're not supposed to drink it from a bottle?
No.
I didn't know that.
No, I mean, this is, again, it's not even really a hallucinogenic, but this is the proper way to make the absinthe drink to be a hallucinogenic. So like if you like,
can drink it out of the bottle.
Yeah, if you like the flavor of anise and just want to get fucked up, have at it. But
No,
like
thanks.
that's like eating one of those flat cookies. I don't even like them. I want to like them. Yeah. But as the water mixes with the spirit, you will see a magical, cloudy, opalescent white trail bloom in the glass.
Oh.
This transformation is called the Louche effect, or the Louche, Louche. You're welcome.
Okay.
Which occurs when the botanical and herbal oils in the absinthe react with the water.
That's a lot.
After the sugar has dissolved, you drop your slotted spoon into the glass and give the drink a gentle stir and then sip it slowly.
Yeah, I'll just have a glass of wine that I can open up in 2 seconds.
It's just going to have
That's
tequila
insane.
on the rocks, and I'll drink that over
There you
3
go.
hours.
Yeah.
Oh, and if anybody out there is actually listening to this and like wants to do this, you want 3 to 5 parts of water to 1 part absinthe. So you want to dilute it
Cool.
a lot.
Helping people be belligerent drunk since 2006.
You're welcome.
2026.
26.
I just went back in time.
That's okay. I loved it.
It's yeah.
Harambe is still alive. Harambe.
Harambe.
Gosh,
Jesus fucking Christ.
Harambe.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed it, feel free to go over to any of the platforms that we're on. Apple.
Yeah. Let's focus on
Spotify.
1 per week today. We're going to ask you guys specifically to go to Apple
Yeah.
and love us and like us and give us 5 stars and write a review.
Yeah, it helps.
A good review.
I think we talked about it before. We're trying to reach a goal.
Mm-hmm.
And if we get there, it'll open up a door.
It's like Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yay. We love you guys.
Yes. We will
Thank
see you
you.
next Tuesday.
Ooh, don't be one.
Bye.
Bye.